Welcome to your yoga class today. I'll be your instructor. My name is Lindsay McDougall, and for props today we'll have a block, a blanket, and a strap, and start on our backs. Lie down in Shavasana, arms open, legs soft. Tuck the shoulder blades underneath your chest and lengthen the back of the neck. And begin to breathe longer inhales and longer exhales. Feel the weight of the body just relaxing as the spine adjusts to a supine position. And notice where the breath is moving and any areas of tension or attention that we can bring to the body through the breath. Take an inhale through the nostrils, tip of the tongue behind the upper teeth. And exhale fully. And placing the left hand on the lower abdomen and the right hand on the mid-abdomen. Inhale, breathe into the lower abdomen, the left hand raising the left hand. Mid-abdomen, raising the right hand, and upper chest. And let it all out. Inhale into the lower abdomen, mid-abdomen, and upper abdomen, upper chest. And exhale everything out. One more time. Inhale into the low abdomen, the pelvic floor, mid-abdomen, and finally the upper chest. And exhale. Let it all out. Inhale, lift the right knee to your chest, give it a hug. Pull it into the armpit. Flex the toes, point the toes, and roll the ankle in a circle. And switch direction. And then roll over onto the left side, bringing the knee with you until it drops to the floor. Over the left, right hand comes out to the side, left hand can remain on the knee, and just let the body rest here. Don't try and fiddle too much, just a gentle twist to open up. And inhale, coming back, give the right knee a squeeze, and exhale down. Lift the left knee, bring it to the chest. Pull it in towards the armpit, flex the toes, point the toes, roll the ankle, pull in the abdomen, roll the ankle the other way, and then with the right hand on the knee, left hand out to the side, roll over to the right side, bringing the knee with you, gentle twist. Just opening up and let the body fall as it may. And exhale, bring the knee in. Give it a squeeze. And then pull both knees in. Grab the hands to outer edges of the feet into happy baby. As you pull the outer edges in, knees come in, press the tailbone down, engage the abdomen. up to the elbows and sit up with the knees up and the feet down. And then we'll come into boat pose. So bring the hands to the shins and lift the chest and come to the forward edge of your sits bones. Then pull the knees up, keeping that access to the front part of your sits bones and the chest lifted. The hands can be behind the knees as you lift the toes to eye level. So Navasana here, lift the chest, and then exhale, lower the legs, lower the body, balancing on the sacrum, Ardha Navasana, palms face up. Get nice and long here, exhale, Navasana. You can choose to hold your hands behind the hamstrings or palms face up for more balance. Exhale, Ardha Navasana. Lengthen, inner thighs down, chin is tucked, abs engaged. Inhale, Navasana. Lift the chest, roll to the front edge of the sits bones, nice long spine. Find your balance here. Inner thighs in and down. Exhale, Ardha Navasana. Good. And release. Bring the arms up over the head. Right hand on top of left wrist. Pull the left wrist over to the right for a side stretch. And then bring that left heel on top of the right ankle. And lengthen the left side of the body. Bringing the left ribs down. So it's more of a lateral stretch. And inhale, Supta Tadasana, keeping the arms lifted. Squeeze the triceps in, lift the heels. Low ribs in. And exhale, bring the left hand on top of the right wrist. And pull the right arm over to the left. And then gently bring the right heel on top of the left ankle for a little side bend here. Feeling this through the waist. Lengthening the breath with inhale. And exhale. Back to Supta Tadasana. Pull the abdomen in, lengthen the waist, squeeze the thighs down. Tailbone down. Integrity through the front ribs. Nice long neck. Exhale, lower the arms. Roll over onto your right side. Press up with your left hand. And we'll make our way into downward facing dog. Placing the hands in tabletop, tucking the toes under, lifting the hips. Pedal out your dog here. Bending one knee and then the other knee. And then find a steady, stable position. Inhale, come forward to plank pose. Find that strength in the middle core. Tailbone down. Abdomen, navel lifts. Shoulder blades down the back. Roll the biceps. That is the elbows back, biceps forward. And then press into the balls of the feet. Good. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Tuck the chin. Roll the outer shoulders down, widen the shoulder blades away. Inhale, lift the heels, lift the sits bones, squeeze the thighs, and then exhale, bring all the weight back into the heels, lengthening the legs down, quads engaged, interior rotation, that is inner thighs rolling back. So notice when the inner thighs roll back, the abdomen engages, the side ribs engage, hollow out the armpits, thumb and forefinger pressing in firmly here. Inhale, coming into plank. Exhale, you can do knees, chest, chin, or come forward in chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra, tops of the feet down, lift the kneecaps, pull the chest forward, elbows in. And exhale, untuck the toes, and come back into your downward facing dog. Good, inhale, right leg lifts up. Pull it forward between the hands, look up. Chest is up, navel is lifted, and exhale, left to meet the right foot. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Squeeze the thighs, bring the hands to behind the calves, and pull the chest towards the thighs, and let the head and neck be soft here. Milking the pose as much as we can, bringing focused attention and awareness. Inhale, heel toe the feet together, squeeze the thighs, coming up with a flat back, all the way to the top of your mat. And exhale down. Moving through Surya Namaskar A, inhale, sweep the arms back. Exhale, forward fold. Hinging from the hips, inhale, shoulder blades back, look forward. Exhale, keep your posture, place the hands, walk or hop back to plank, chaturanga. You can take a high cobra, hips on the ground, or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg back. Sweep it forward to the left wrist, look up. Hands are down, pull the navel in, tuck the tail, lengthen the chest forward. Exhale the right to meet the left at the top of your mat. Inhale, see if you can get even longer in Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, sweeping all the way up. Exhale, coming all the way down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, prepare. Hop or step back. Plank, chaturanga if you're hopping. Inhale, squeeze the thighs, press into the tops of the feet, elbows back, chest is open. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg back. Exhale, bring it to the right wrist. Drop the left knee. Crescent pose. Untuck. Keep the feet untucked. The left feet untucked. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Reach, lengthen the front body. Exhale, arms down. Make a clasp behind the sacrum. Pull the right hip in. Drop the hips towards the right heel, and you're going to feel an internal rotation of the left groin. Just pull the elbows together as you open the chest. Good. Exhale, release the hands, left hand down, left knee up, right arm to the sky. Rotate the chest towards the ceiling, twisted low lunge. Take a vinyasa here. Upward dog. Down to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, lift the left leg. Sweep it forward to the left wrist, right knee down. Engage the inner ball of the foot as you sweep the arms up, reaching high. Feeling that quad stretch in the right leg. Exhale, bring the arms down. Clasp behind the sacrum, pull the left hip in, lift the chest, pull the arms together, and drop the hips in crescent pose. Until you feel that engagement in the right inner quad, inner groin moving up. Exhaling, release, right hand comes down, left hand comes up. Raise the back leg, twisted low lunge. Exhale, left hand comes down, look forward, look up. Right leg comes up to meet the left. Inhale, heel toe the feet together, halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Release the head and neck. Inhale, squeeze the thighs, come up flat back. And exhale, Anjali Mudra at the heart. Take a moment here to breathe and find your Tadasana with your hands at heart center. Connect to yourself and your intention today. And see if you can ground into the heels a little bit longer and raise the back of the neck, back of the head a little bit taller. What is our intention, our heart center here? And come to yourself with joy, with purpose and mindfulness, self-love. Inhale, open up the arms. Exhale, sit back into chair. Heels are heavy. Sits bones reaching away from the heart. And look between your hands. And then pull the chin in and bring the elbows out to the side for cactus. And pull those scapula all the way down. And then reach the arms forward again. Thumbs towards the ceiling. Externally rotating the arms. Sit down in your chair a little bit more and look up between the hands. Good. So feel this more in your waist, less in your neck. Exhale, lift the hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway to prepare. Exhale, place the hands, hop or step back. Take a vinyasa here. Back bend, strong legs, open heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the right leg. Bend the knee, open the hip, and come into Wild Thing, where pivoting on the left leg, drop the right outside of your mat. Left leg is straight as you open the chest towards the front of the room. Lifting the hips. And then exhale, swivel back to center, lift the right leg. Exhale, bring the right knee to the right wrist. Left heel is down. And inhale, grab your block between your hands. With the back heel down, bring the block forward in front of you and bend that right knee. Engage the inner thigh of the back leg. lower shoulders down. Left hand brings the block to the mat. Inhale, warrior one. When you find your warrior, bring the left ribs slightly forward, right ribs slightly back. Navel center is moving towards the back body and simultaneously pivoting the torso towards the right knee. Exhale, warrior two. Front heel intersects, back arch, look over those right fingers, bending into the right knee. Inhale, sweep the arms up, straight legs. Exhale, come into warrior two again. Inhale, left hand behind the waist to the top of the thigh, right hand comes by the ear, reverse your warrior. Left leg pivots inward, engaging that inner inseam of the left leg. Exhale, bring your hand to the right, your elbow to the right knee, grab that block, bring it to the outside of the right foot into side angle pose. Left arm comes up by the ear, reaching towards the front of the room. And then as your inner elbow touches the thigh, pull that right hip in and back towards the left heel, raising the inner thigh and the inner arch of the left foot. Once you feel that, roll the shoulder open, inhale. Exhale, left arm comes down, remove your block. Take three-legged vinyasa or regular vinyasa. Coming up through upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Notice the difference that you feel from one side to the other. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees, hop or step to the top of the mat. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Heel toe the feet together, sweep the hands up, sit back on the heels, drop the hips, chair. Utkatasana. And inhale, coming all the way up. Squeeze the thighs, glutes, strong posture here. Turning to our mountain pose. Roll the shoulder heads up by the ears and pull them all the way down, opening the fronts of the shoulders. Take a few shoulder rolls here. Pinky fingers are moving forward, thumbs moving back. Good, find some stability here with that open chest. And then pull the lower ribs in. Squeeze the glutes and the thighs. Inhale, sweeping the arms into Utkatasana chair. Exhale, elbows out wide. Tuck the chin. Widen the elbows. Widen the collarbone. And then rotate the arms forward and up again. Thumbs towards the ceiling. Look forward. Waist is strong. Sit down into your chair. Exhale, forward fold, lift the hips, tuck the chin. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, prepare, chaturanga. Inhale, navel to thumbs, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Pull the torso away from the arms and shoulder girdle. Inner thighs back. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, open up the hip, bend the knee. And prepare for a wild thing, pivoting on the right outer edge of the foot, dropping the left foot back outside the mat, left hand rolls open, hips are lifted, and exhaling, coming back to center, lift the left leg, three-legged dog, and exhale, coming forward, bring the left foot to the mat, right heel down, grab your block, place the block in between the hands, and bring the arms so the biceps are by the ear in a long lunge here. Roll that inner back thigh back, bend into the left knee, left hip in, and then lengthen through the waist, pull the low ribs in, adjust the arms so they're externally rotated, but that power is coming from the torso and lower ribs, back ribs. Good, bring that block down, coming into warrior one. Adjust your feet as necessary, bending into that front leg, navel center towards the left knee, and also puffing out the back body. Inhale, lengthen, strong back leg. Exhale, sink deeper. Inhale, open up into warrior two. Bring the right foot back so it intersects the front heel. Look over the third finger of the left arm. Right inner thigh lifts back to the back of the room as the left sits bone drops. Inhale, straight legs, arms up. Exhale, warrior two again. Roll the shoulders back, strong core, wide arms, palm face up. Bring the right hand behind the waist to the top of the thigh, left bicep by the ear, reverse your warrior. And then exhale, side angle. You can bring your left elbow to the knee, right arm by the ear. You can have that block that we had on the other side. And make sure you're not losing contact with that back leg. That back leg is really going to pivot and be the rudder of this pose. So pull the left sits bone towards the right inner heel, and then roll the chest open as you lengthen from the waist. Good. Exhale. Right hand comes down. Take a vinyasa here. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, lift the right leg. Sweep it forward. 3/4 up the mat. Left leg down. Inhale, hands on the hips. Coming up, squaring hips to the front of the mat here. Preparing for Parsvottanasana. So you're going to have a shorter stance. Right hip is coming back. Engage the left quad. Lift the chest. And then let's take reverse namaste or opposite elbows. If you have reverse namaste, really widen the elbows and find equal pressure along the hands. And then exhale, lead with the chest until you feel the back start to curve. Once it starts to curve, just hold off from going lower. Adjust into the feet, left heel back, instep of the right and outer edge of the right foot are moving towards the right hip. Right hip is going back. Left inseam of the leg is moving back. And then exhale, see if you can get a little bit lower. You're going to feel this in the right hamstring, but pressure through the feet, lengthening the backs of the legs, the inseams of the legs, and then lifting the pubis into the back body. Good. Release your namaste. Bring the left hand to a block inside the right foot, or you can grab that block or hand and bring it to the outside of the right foot, as is traditional. Inhale, open up the right arm, twist towards the right, keeping the hips square, twisted triangle here. Again, we're pressing into the balls of the feet, really streaming energy down the backs of the legs. Hips are moving back. And then see if you can hollow the left armpit away from the hip and strengthen the left side waist. Good. You can bring the right hand to the hip, or simply move into twisted Ardha Chandrasana, bringing your block with you. Bring the block toward 45 degrees outside the big toe. And once you feel good, open up that right arm again if you haven't already kept it up. Strong lift in the inner thighs. Navel center, pubis is lifting. See if you can pull the shoulder blades down and lengthen the chest, looking up at the arm. And exhale, standing split. Bring the right hand down. Frame the right foot. Lift the left leg, even just a little bit. You can keep a micro bend in the right knee, but keep the left leg straight. And exhale, come back to crescent pose, big step back, heel is up, sweep the arms up. And exhale, take a vinyasa here. Upward facing dog, rolling back into down dog. Noticing the two sides of the body. Inhale, lift the left leg. Sweep it forward, 3/4 up the mat. Right heel comes in. Hands to hips, straight legs come up. Take reverse namaste or whatever arm position you had on the opposite side. Work the pinkies up between the shoulder blades and really be mindful about pressing the whole hand together. Elbows coming out wide. Good. Lift the chest, tuck the tail, squeeze the thighs up, kneecaps up. Exhale, forward fold. Mindful that the back is straight. Lifting the navel, lifting the pubis, lengthening the chest. Readjust. See if you can lengthen and lower more. But once you feel that mid-back start to curve, ease up, come up, and lengthen from the collarbones and the back of the head again. Pull the energy up through the feet. Outer edges of outer hips are going up and back. Hamstrings are getting a stretch here. Squeezing kneecaps up. It's going to really help to keep stable. See if you can zip the outer outseams of the hips, going around the hips at the sacrum. And then undo your namaste, left hand on the hip, right hand on a block, inside or outside the left foot. And then left hip presses back, right torso lengthens, left chest rotates up, lift the left arm once you feel stable, and then press into those heels, lift the navel, really stream energy through the legs. Pull that right shoulder down and lengthen the right waist. Sits bones back. How's the breath here? Spaciousness. Left hand can come down, or you can make your way to a twisted half moon. Raise the right foot, bring the block 45 degrees inside the left foot. And again, rotating the chest, inner thighs back, lifting the low ribs, firing up the outer hips, waist. Good. Standing split, drop the left arm, frame the foot, lift the right leg, tuck the chin. Keep a little bend to that left leg, but straighten that right leg. See if you can stack it on top. And exhale, big step back, crescent pose. Right heel up. And exhale, take a vinyasa here. Good. Should feel nice and even now. Drop the knees. Let's come into a child's pose. Bringing the forehead to the ground or to a block. Knees wide, seat to heels. And if you're feeling some discomfort in your neck or shoulders, you can bring the palms face up. Or if you like the way this feels with the arms lengthened out in front to lengthen the torso, by all means, use what feels good to you. Imagine I'm coming around and pressing on the pelvis, pressing the pelvis down towards the heels. See if you can lengthen a little more. Good. And when you're ready, coming into tabletop, cross the heels under and come into a seated posture with the legs out in front. You may want to have a blanket here underneath the hips. Can feel really nice. And then grab your strap as well. Grab one end and the other and just have it handy. Rock side to side, pull the buttocks flush away so that you're sitting on your heels. And then inseams of the legs to touch. Good. So let's get grounded here. Place the hands on either side of the hip. Roll the shoulder heads down and back. Lift the chest, tuck the chin. And inner thighs down. Heels are lifted. Pull the low ribs in and bring the chest closer to the chin. Dandasana. Good. And exhaling, relax. Take that strap and pull it around the ball of the feet. And be sure that your feet are not folded into each other so that the fall so that the big toe mound is coming towards you. Really press the big toe mound away even further from the pinky side. And then press the knees down, squeeze the thighs, lift the heels, and come into our Paschimottanasana, our forward fold, pulling on the strap as you press the sits bones back and the chest forward. So I'm going to walk my hands up closer to my feet. If you have a grab with your feet, by all means, go with it. But this can be really nice to transition. So imagine we're in Uttanasana, standing. So our sits bones are lifted back, and our outer shoulder blades are wide and back. And then we're going to come into that Uttanasana. So tuck the chin in Paschimottanasana, inner thighs down. If you feel comfortable to grab the outer edges of the feet or the right hand to around the left wrist. The work is to start to breathe softer, slower, and really lengthen the back body, but keeping the thighs, inner thighs engaged. And notice when we squeeze our thighs down, what that does to the back. Something so simple takes quite a bit of concentration. It's good for the brain. And inhale, slowly coming up. Good. And let's bring the left knee to bend. Right heel comes outside the left hip. And we'll cross that left foot over for a seated twist here. So make sure that you're grounding the big toe mound of the left foot, so the entire sole of the foot is touching. And just like we did in our Navasana, the first boat pose, we're going to pull from on the shin, lifting the chest. On the front edge of our sits bones, and then left hand comes around, hook the right knee or bring the outer elbow to outside the left knee into this twist here. So just like in twisted triangle and twisted half moon, the hips are square and the rotation coming from the navel center, mid-waist, and all the way up the crown of the head and beyond. Deepening the twist, looking over that left shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, twist deeper. Two more breaths here. The inhale's lengthening, the exhale's twisting. And release. Bring the hands over to the right side, lift the left hip, counter twist. And switch sides. So feet out in front, left heel in, right foot to cross, sole of the foot down. Ground the sits bones, hands on the shin, lift the chest, come to the leading edge of the sits bones, and then turn from the waist towards the back, whether you hook the knee or bring the elbow outside the knee. Other variations are welcome if you took it on the other side. And again, inhale, lengthen. exhale, see if you can widen the shoulders further apart as you twist deeper. So a lot of core work and wringing out of the intestines. Looking over that right shoulder. Two more breaths. Being really conscious of the breath here. Last breath, exhale fully, hands over to the left, lift the right hip, counter twist. And then let's come into cobbler pose. Open the knees wide and soles of the feet together. You can, if this is too intense for the groins, you can use blanket or pillows or blocks under the knees. But if you'd like to use it as the groin opening, that's good too. So leaning forward, bring the hands to the inseams of the feet and then press the outer edges of the feet together as you open the balls of the feet like a book. Knees are opening wide. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, sits bones back. Chest is coming over top the feet. So inhale, come out for a second. So notice whether the upper back was rounding there. I want you to concentrate on grounding the hips and then lifting through the front rib cage. Okay? Through the front rib cage, come forward, elbows back, and come to your edge here to where you feel the groin stretch, but then this is really also getting into strengthening the core and lengthening the low back. Good. Exhale, coming out. Pull the knees in with your hands and shake it out. Undo. Bring your feet out. And then let's come into a shoulder stand. So I like to have a blanket underneath my shoulders. So I take it into just the simple quarter fold as it's usually stacked. I place it on the third quadrant of my mat, and then I take the fourth quadrant and fold my mat over. So there's extra padding there. And then I turn back onto my back and bring the tops of the shoulders to the top of the fold where it's most cushiony. And then palms face down. Bring the knees towards the chest, press into the lower arms, lift the hips, and pull the hips into the palms. So you can stay with the hands holding the hips like a basket. This kind of feels uncomfortable for my wrists, so I'm going to move the heel of my hand up my waist and create my upper arms parallel. So it takes a little adjustment to roll onto the backs of my upper arms so they're parallel. More advanced yogis will have the heel of their hand pretty much at the bottom of the scapula. And make adjustments so that the weight really falls on the shoulders, not the neck. And then stream energy up the balls of the feet. So outer hips are moving back. Low ribs, navel, inner thighs are squeezing up towards the insteps of the feet. And then breathing, creating space between the head and shoulders into the neck. Take about 3 more breaths here. And exhale, release the hands, bring into a clasp as the feet come down slowly in a pike behind the head. Plow pose. In Halasana, tops of the feet can come to the floor. It's a bit more intense than tucking the toes under. Hips over shoulders. No pressure on the neck, although you will feel the chin touch the chest. Karnapidasana, knees to ears. And exhale, palms down, roll the spine slowly out, bringing the knees straight down. Slowly, slowly, straight legs. Tuck the thumbs under the sacrum as you bring the legs lower. Come onto the forearms, lift the chest, fish pose. Come onto the top of the head. And breathe. Cross the eyes, stick the tongue out, open the mouth. Lion's breath. One more time, inhale. Lion's breath. And one more, releasing the jaw and face. Inhale. And lion's breath. Lift the side ribs, press into the forearms. And exhale, untuck the chin, roll out, palms face up. Woo, legs are out. Everything released. Find your Shavasana here, and yogi's choice if you would like to do any twists or happy baby before you get comfortable in your Shavasana. And I recommend you stay in this posture for as long as you can. In your Shavasana. Upper arms are tucked under the chest. Legs are soft, pelvis is loose, soft. And as you close the eyes and bring the tip of the tongue underneath the upper palate again, let the breath really recede into the torso, taking all sensation, taking away the musculature, contractions of the face and neck. And spend time observing the breath here in a state of non-doing, in a state of pure being. Honoring the deepest parts of yourself and giving thanks to the body. Thank you for joining me in this practice today. and I'll see you next week. Namaste.